Imagine this. The world's largest war is ending. In the dark, on a battered Pacific island, an alarm goes off. Seconds later, American soldiers rush to their stations. Their target, Japanese aircraft that are attacking Okinawa. But did you know that these gunners were Black Americans? And that it's them who shot down the last enemy plane by land-based artillery in World War II? Let's uncover what really happened and what makes this event so significant. In the final months of World War II, the Japanese Empire kept fighting fiercely. They resorted to desperate tactics, such as the infamous kamikaze attacks, where Japanese aircraft willfully crashed into American and British ships to deter them from invading Japanese-held islands. In April, Allied forces landed on Okinawa Island, part of the Japanese homeland, and fighting lasted until June 1945. Anti-aircraft artillery battalions were put ashore to protect the Allied troops and the airfields against Japanese air attacks. One of the units on Okinawa was the 503rd Anti-Aircraft Artillery Battalion. The 503rd Anti-Aircraft Artillery Gun Battalion, as they were also known, was established in 1943 by personnel transferred from the 369th Anti-Aircraft Artillery Regiment and trained at Camp Stewart, Georgia, Richmond, Virginia, and Fort Bliss, Texas. Lieutenant Colonel Lawrence H. Calloway commanded the battalion, and the unit used 90mm anti-aircraft guns, used for engaging enemy bombers and fighters flying at high altitude. The battalion went overseas in January 1944. Initially assigned to protect the Naval Air Station on Maui in the Hawaiian Islands, and it later set up at Pearl Harbor on Oahu. After serving there, the 503rd Anti-Aircraft Artillery Battalion was transferred to Okinawa and arrived there late June 1945. On August 6th, at around 2 o'clock in the morning, the anti-aircraft artillery units on Okinawa were warned about approaching Japanese aircraft. At 2:32, Battery D, commanded by William R. Bullock, noticed unreported hostile aircraft on its radar. The 490mm guns of the battery sprang into action, and they engaged the enemy aircraft at maximum range. One Japanese aircraft swiftly lost control and crashed down in flames, some 9,000 yards from shore. A minute later, Battery C, commanded by Captain Charles K. Woltz, detected another flight on its radar, which came in from the opposite direction and swiftly engaged them. 5 rounds burst around the target, and then the Japanese aircraft disappeared into the sea. As Kenneth K. Bost, the sergeant in charge of all communications, boasted about their achievement, the last 2 enemy aircraft shot down during World War II in the Pacific were hit by my battery and our sister battery. While the fighting still continued, the last Japanese aircraft to be destroyed by land-based anti-aircraft goes to the 503rd AAA. What happened next remained a secret for months, until records later revealed that the 503rd Anti-Aircraft Artillery Battalion was indeed the last land-based unit to shoot down Japanese aircraft. Now, these Black American gunners didn't just shoot down 2 enemy aircraft, but by doing this, they solidified their place in history, and as such they ought to be remembered. They were a part of U.S. military history, and any history without acknowledging the contributions of Black American soldiers is not only inaccurate, but also incomplete. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Curious what other stories about minorities history forgot? Subscribe for more real-life heroics and the untold journeys of WWII's overlooked fighters. Leave a comment. Did you know about this unit and event before watching this video?